What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the live Check Swing podcast here on New Twist Radio. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I knew there was something I forgot to do, y'all. We are live. Actually forgot I already had it set up. How about that? We are live. It is 8 o'clock. It is Wednesday night. It is July the 8th. We are in the middle of the summer, y'all. Middle of summer, we are a week away, maybe just a day less than a week away from the MLB All-Star game. But we are here and we are live. We're ready to go. I am Jay Chris. I am Coach Justin. Excuse me, you already know who I am. And I'm here with my man, Coach Miguel, who's down in. Better late than never, right? And we're here. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about on the show today. So I'm going to thank y'all for coming in and joining us and being here with us early on in the show. And if this is your first time with us, this is a show from baseball coaches talking about all sports in general. Of course, our most knowledge base is baseball. We like to talk baseball strategy, baseball decisions, baseball happenings. But we can talk every sport. We talk basketball. We talk football. We've talked about some hockey. We've talked about some soccer. Of course, with the World Cup going on, we got a lot to talk about. So before we get into it, I'd like to ask my folks how they've been. So Miguel,
Sir.
how you been, man?
Well, finally cooling off after the heat wave we had last week. It got up to 103 for 2 days last week, but we survived it. My AC went in my home.
Ooh.
I mean, my central air went in the house, so the compressor. You know how like when you turn the AC on, it's supposed to like kick on, then you hear a fan. Mine's kicked on and then went. So that led me to believe that it was failing. So luckily, I had 3 air conditioners for my previous house stored in my garage, so they're strategically placed throughout the parameters of the house. And I have one blowing to the right of my face as we speak.
So some people think
Uh-oh.
I guess I don't know if it'd be I don't know if weird would be the right term, but some people think I'm just gonna say weird because my personal preference is a window unit air conditioner over central air. And I think it's just because I like the sound. I don't know if it's a nostalgia thing or if it's a comfort thing. I like the sound of the air conditioner. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
weird.
I mean, growing up, that's what I had. I had the window unit. I don't think I had central air. It was a while before I don't think I had central air. I think we got central air in my old house in West Philly, maybe a couple years before we moved.
You know who grew up without any air conditioning? This guy. My mother, God rest her soul, did not believe in air conditioning. She would always say, when you go from the hot to the cold, you'll get sick, all that good stuff. So
And
we
you were
never
like, I want to find out for myself.
right. But I just remember we like 6 or 7 box fans just circulating hot air throughout the house.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Jeez. Nah, yeah, I've been in homes that just had the box fans blowing, and
Mm.
I've sat right in front of those box fans and cooled off, and I've been in front of those fans with a bowl of ice in front of the fan, and
Mhm.
hey, listen, man, I've had those experiences, but I was fortunate enough to have some window unit air conditioners growing up, and um, the noise, the sound, the hum of the air conditioner was always something that I don't know. Like I said, I think even when I'm walking outside, if I'm outside and it's a hot day, for whatever reason, I enjoy hearing the sound of somebody's air conditioner in the window. Like I walked by one today, and I was like, "Oh man, I don't know. That's probably something weird about me."
I like my house cold. I don't care what the hell it sounds. I don't care if it sounds like a bus or an ant pissing. I need cold air.
You just want it
Okay.
to be cold. You don't care.
I don't care how it sounds or looks.
I got you. I got you. I can understand. Well, like I said, we are live. and we do have some things to talk to you about. We have a packed show today. But what we are going to do is we're going to start off the show a little different or differently. I'm not. It's not my time to be a educator,
But we
but
can say either one.
we're gonna start off the show in a new way. There you go. Instead of waiting to the end of the show for Would You Rather, we're gonna start them off now. And you guys, please, if you're with us and you want to join us in the Would You Rather's, please do so. Put your comments, your thoughts, or whatever in the chat. Or of course, you can call us up at 727-731-8276. That's call us live. Or if you want, you can put your thoughts in our 24/7 text line. Okay, I can remember things at 484-606-6061. And Miguel has scoured the option dictionary to find some would you rather's, and he's going to present them right now. Go ahead, Miguel.
Okay, let's talk about game nightmares. Okay,
Game nightmares. Okay.
in game nightmares. So here are your options. Would you rather play a massive rivalry game where the stadium jumbotron only loops your absolute worst, most embarrassing career highlights on repeat, or play in a completely sold out arena where every single fan is violently booing you and the referee just so happens to be your real life current boss?
Your real life current boss?
Yes.
I'll take the first one. Only because and we got some text coming in on the text line. It said, ask Santa why did he scream like that? He screamed like that to give you the perspective of his broke air conditioner.
For those joining us late, yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, it's the booing not going to bother me. It would just be weird to have your boss being the umpire. Like I'm not sure where that would go. The jumbotron I can ignore,
Mhm.
right? I can ignore. Um, the booing I can ignore, but anytime there's a bad call, I'm going to have a problem. I'm going to have a problem. What would your choice be on that one?
So I have to be honest, and I don't know how honest you can be based on my statement. I would choose the second one
Mhm.
because I actually like my boss, and I think I would get favorable calls. So
Okay,
I would pick the second one.
gotcha. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Um yeah, the once you get the umpire involved, like you said something about the umpire, like unless it would have been favorable, like undoubtedly favorable to me, I'm not messing with the umpire. I'm not messing with the referee. Like they end up controlling stuff, and I'm good. I'm good. Let us know what you feel you would do in the chat if you would like. What's the next one?
Let's do a little fan torture. So, would you rather watch your favorite sports team win the championship live in the stadium, but you cannot tell anyone or celebrate, and you must sit next to your rival team's most toxic fan? Or would you rather your team complete an incredible, historic comeback on TV, but the broadcast cuts to a commercial break with exactly 5 seconds left on the clock?
The second one. The second. If I can't celebrate, especially sitting next to the other team's most obnoxious fan, a championship? Nah. Uh-uh. Give me give me the give me the 5 second. I can catch the 5 second. It'd be terrible. Like if that first Eagles Super Bowl, if the broadcast fell out during that first, it'd have been awful.
It would
It'd
have
have been
been,
awful,
especially on that last play.
especially on that last play. It would have been
Mhm.
awful. But I take solace in knowing that the team won and I was able to celebrate. I was able to celebrate when the Phillies won. I was able to celebrate when the Eagles won the second time. Being able to celebrate it is just part of everything else. Because when you say you can't even celebrate, that to me means you can't even act like you're happy about it. So I don't want to hold that in. I need to celebrate my team. Where are you leaning on this?
Honestly, I'd rather see because I'm an experienced kind of fan. Like I'm not the type that's like running up and down the aisles or doing somersaults or beating anybody up with a beer can or anything. Like whenever, even when I'm at like a Phillies game or a live sporting event, when it's like tense, situation in the crowd and somebody hits like a triple in the gap, I'll stand up. But I like to see the crowd and how they react. I like the noise. I like to see like all the action. I'm very visual with that. Like I don't know what it is. That's where I'm kind of weird. Like I'm not as rambunctious as a fan. I'm kind of like a quiet fan, so to speak. Like I'll yell and scream every once in a while, but like for me, I like the experience of it. So I think I could control that and hold it in because I think for me,
I
I would
don't think
look.
you could. I don't think you could sitting next to the obnoxious fan.
But if
Take
we've been,
the obnoxious fan out, I think you could. But next to the obnoxious fan, you're going to want to get your because you throw shots at Mets fans and Cowboys fans here, and you don't even know if they're if they're with us or not. You throw those shots. So there's no way you're not throwing a shot at the obnoxious. The most obnoxious fan was probably a known fan.
Mhm.
You're not. There's no way you're not throwing shots at them. No,
But it doesn't say that I can't throw shots. It just says I can't celebrate.
throwing shots is celebrating.
Not necessarily. I can state a fact. Hey, your team lost. That's not throwing a shot. That's an actual fact.
Okay, I'll let you get away with that. But that also would be a terrible shot, too. Hey,
it,
your team lost.
scoreboard.
Thank you, genius. Appreciate it. we got a call coming in.
Uh-oh.
I think you'll know. I think this is one for you, actually, Coach.
For me? Oh, Jesus.
Yes, we have. Let me see if I can unmute them. I had the thing minimized here. Mr. Dill, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right, we can hear you. What you got for the Check Swing podcast?
Why did you scream like that?
You got to join us at the beginning of the very beginning of the show. We were talking about my air conditioner failing, and that's the sound that it was making.
Got it on video.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's what he called for. He wanted to know what that screaming was. Thank you, Mr. Dill. Appreciate the call.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Make sure you share the link. Give us a like on wherever you're watching it. Give us a like on there.
Share the scream.
There you go. That was one of your. Obviously, that's one of your guys.
Yeah.
He's called before.
Mhm.
He's called before and texted before. He's the one that sent the text last week, a couple weeks ago, that I forgot to read. But shout out to him. Shout out to Frederick. Oh, do you have another one? Do you have another Would You Rather before we?
I'll do one more. I'll make it Philly based. Um, let's do an in-game nightmare.
Okay. I'm scared, but okay.
Would you rather that Trey Turner hits a walk-off home run to beat the Braves in Game 7 of the NLCS, but he trips over third base, gets called out, and the Phillies lose in extra innings? Or Zack Wheeler throws a perfect game against the Mets, but you are stuck in the world's longest Ashburn Alley restroom line and miss every single pitch of it?
The second one. I don't want to pick the second one for like so many reasons, but at least we won in the second one. At least the
That's what
team
I was
wins
thinking.
in the second one. You know,
That's what I was thinking.
here's here's the question I have for you, but before I ask you what you would choose, why Trey Turner? Why Trey Turner in that situation? Could have been anybody. Why Trey Turner? Was that random or
Uh, uh, it was random.
okay?
It literally was random. But
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I mean, it could have been Bryson Stott, could have been Rincon Jr. I was just wondering why I was. We're actually going to be talking about Trey Turner in a little bit, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We got some things we got to say about him. But so, what would you do in that would you rather situation, Coach?
I think I would agree with you on that because at least it's a win. I could tell people that I was there. They don't have to know where I was.
Right. Right. I mean, last Phillies game I went to, I spent a good 30 minutes in the bathroom, not in line. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know what
In the
happened.
line.
Yeah, I don't know what. No, 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 not in the line. No, no. I don't
Oh,
know.
no. Wait. You spent 30 minutes
I don't know if it
in,
was really 30 minutes, but it felt like it was a long time.
in the bathroom or in the line.
No, in the bathroom.
Oh,
Yeah. TMI for a lot of folks out there, but it's all good. This is the Check Swing Podcast. It's what we do.
I would have left.
It was to the. I went to, and my dad might be watching. It was to the point that I was at the game with my dad. It was about a year ago. It was like July 2nd, last year. Went to the game with my dad. I was in there for so long. My dad called me to make sure I was okay. That's how long. I missed a few innings of the game. And we
Were
actually
you
left after that.
were you in distress?
No, I was in the stall.
You
Yeah.
jerk. Oh, before I move on, happy belated birthday. You celebrated your birthday on the 4th of
Oh,
July.
thank you.
So
Thank you for that.
Happy what are you, 64 now?
Almost.
Almost.
Almost. 45
You just turned 45?
on Saturday.
Damn, I remember when I was 45.
Yeah.
That was last year.
I'm glad you have a good memory. Because if you couldn't remember it was last year, we have a problem.
Oof.
Let's talk about some Phillies. Let's
Uh-oh.
let's get on. Let's talk about some Phillies, right? So the Phillies, they just recently had a series in Kansas City where they faced off with the Royals, and they lost that series. Unfortunately, 2 games to one. Yeah, 2 games to one. Lost that series 2 games to one. And that final game of the series, which was yesterday afternoon, it was a rough outing for one Cy Young Award candidate, Christopher Sanchez, who after what 2 of his last 4 starts, I want to say, probably is not in that conversation anymore right now. Um, he had a rough start against the Royals, and he had a rough start against the who was it, the Nationals?
Something like that.
He had a rough start, and we're not used to that from Christopher Sanchez. He's really been dealing lately. So maybe this All Star break is coming at a good time for him. Maybe he can recharge. He'll probably be throwing in the All Star game, so we'll see. Um, but Miguel, what do you attribute, or what can you attribute his rough outing to? A lot of people are attributing it to Trey Turner's error, but that's just the start to me.
I mean, it was a pretty big error in the first inning. So, I mean,
Mhm. Yeah.
it's something that we as coaches, we've been talking about lately because even though we've been on kind of the winning end of things, there have been some times where we have extended innings because of an error or a throwing mistake, throwing to the wrong, but stuff like that. Those
Yeah.
things matter for a pitcher. Like when especially if you have like you're literally like 1 or 2 outs away, you can finally get back in dugout, reset, restart, and then all of a sudden it's like no, 2 more runs come across. It's a psychological thing. So I think that the error definitely. I wouldn't sugarcoat it. I wouldn't put little emphasis on it. I think it was a pretty big deal. Um, but
It was absolutely it. it definitely had a chain reaction to it. Here's one of the reasons, and I'm kind of contradicting myself now, but here's one of the reasons I say he wasn't the reason, but it was the start. The Royals scored, I think, in every inning of that game yesterday,
Mhm.
I believe. So that means whether Sanchez was on the mound or not. At one point, they put what's my man's name, backup catcher. Excuse me.
Marshawn.
No, not Marshawn. The other Stubbs. They put Garrett Stubbs in the pitch at one point.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Uh,
that's right.
and he did give up a run, but I mean the game was well in hand by that. I think it was like 11-12, nothing, 12-1 or something at that point. Um, but I can remember maybe a month or so ago I was on here saying Trey Turner's playing pretty well compared to what he's been, and once again, Miguel, I put the whammy on somebody because
Mhm.
since I've said that he's had some detrimental plays there at shortstop. And I got to ask you, you are the guru. I refer to you as my baseball guru. Do we have any options, realistic, realistic, realistic options for Trey Turner? Whether it be a trade, whether it be a position move, a
I
send down, like I don't even know if that's realistic, but what can we do? What can the Phillies do?
listen. I've said it for a couple of years now, right? When he came up in the Nationals, he was an outfielder. He did move over to shortstop based on necessity. It kind of worked out, but I think a lot of his liability was hidden because of the play of the other player. I don't think it's too late to move him to the outfield, but unfortunately, money talks, and he doesn't want to be an outfielder. He believes he's a shortstop, but I think there has to come a point where they have to have a real conversation about making that move to the outfield. It would improve us in the outfield exponentially. But as far as replacing him outside of a trade, I mean, you'd have to give up a lot to get a shortstop I mean, there's one in the system. There's Brian Rincon, who's a switch hitter. He impressed the Phillies in spring with his bat. He was actually drafted for his glove. He's doing well defensively. I think he's gone through 2 rounds of the minors. I think now he's up in either high double A or low triple, whatever. There's so many divisions. Um, so he's kind of like in the waiting, but I think he's still too young to, be called up or anything. But something I think has changed because it seems like every other year he has a good season defensively, and every other year it's like, oh, he's going back to normal. Um, I mean, thankfully we don't have Bo Bichette, so there is that because if we would have had him, that would.
Nightmare, huh? Here's one thing I would love. I would have loved for them to do the last few years. I would have loved for them to hire Ron Washington.
I know.
I mean, let's put it. I don't know. Like I don't probably Ron Washington just to work with Stott and Stott alone because Bohm he's flashing leather over there at third base.
Mhm.
Stott is Stott. Stott's doing his thing. Harper's looking good over at first. It's really Trey Turner. Trey Turner is like one of the real dull spots in the Phillies infield, and is at one of the most important positions in the infield, not pitcher or catcher. Now I can remember Miguel, and I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but it's not really putting you on the spot, but it's something that you can probably explain now. Um, I can remember saying something about I don't remember how long ago, it was a while ago about putting Trey Turner in the outfield because it was a couple seasons ago I think because his glove was so terrible at short. And you kind of made me I can't remember exactly what you said, but you kind of made me feel like that may not be a great spot either. And I don't know if it was because of what we already had or if you just wasn't too confident with him in the outfield. Now, do you feel like him in the outfield now could be a good option?
Absolutely. And I think the reason why I said it at the time is because we had Castellanos, who He wasn't a bad defender to me, just very, 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 very slow and basic.
Mhm.
And then I think actually I take that back because Cassianis was actually playing left field and Bryce was in right because we still
Yeah,
had
before, yeah, when Reese
we
Hoskins.
we
Yeah,
had Reese Hoskins at first, so there really wasn't any place to put him, right? But I think at the time I was actually like, well, you could put him at second base and get a better shortstop. But if you had to choose between Stott and Trey Turner at short, Turner has the better arm, in my opinion.
okay.
So I think
Got it.
that's the reason why I was only leaning towards him at short. But
And you're kind of looking at Trey as an everyday outfielder because it seems like
yes,
right now they're all platooned outside of Marsh at this point.
pretty much. Yeah, I would stick him out in left field, and then you have Crawford in center. So you already have
Put
your
Marsh
two
in right.
fast. Right, you have your, or you could put Turner in right field because I think technically he would have the strongest arm at that point. But either way, you got all that speed. The gaps would be covered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Earned runs will go down. Extra base hits will go down, in my opinion, because now you have all your speed in the outfield.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
again,
Right.
but you need to have a replacement at shortstop that's better than what you have now.
Gotcha. Darryl wanted to remind us that Christopher Sanchez pitched over 200 innings last year, which that's a lot of innings. Here's my thought about it. That was last year. And I know that can affect people, coming into the. I know we always talk about running backs carrying the ball a lot and coming back and, pitchers throwing a lot of innings. I know, I think it was it Ranger Suárez last year, a couple
Mm-hmm.
years ago, when he got up in innings and stuff like that. So yes, he did pitch a lot of innings, and reminding us that he's pitched over 200 last year. I'm hoping he's not wearing down now, being that we still have the whole second half of the season remaining in Major League Baseball. And I want to say he has one more start before the break. Would that be
Mm-hmm.
the? That wouldn't be the night though, because he pitched a couple of days ago. So it might be like Friday, Saturday.
Well, I think what they might do, especially because of the All Star game coming up, they
Mhm.
may actually forego that start. Because I've seen teams do that.
Right.
Like if it's like that Saturday or Sunday, they'll say just take a break, pitch on Tuesday, make that like your regular throwing day, and then come back the following weekend.
Gotcha.
One of the things that he attributed to his poor outing was his changeup wasn't working as usual. On top of
And his changeup got sent out for like 2 or 3 home runs yesterday too.
right, and when you miss changeups high in the zone, they just look like slow fastballs. That changeup has to be at the lower part of the zone. It has to look like a fastball and then just die. That's his bread and butter right there. So
Did y'all youngins hear that out there? Any youngins that's listening to us? Any coaches that's listening to us that coaches youngins? Repeat what you just said about where the changeup needs to be, coach.
what did I say? No, it has to be at the bottom. Don't actually repeat too much. Yeah, it has to be at the bottom of the strike zone, looking like a fastball, even from the release point, but it has to die. Like it has to, you know. I tell my pitchers like make it look like it's about to hit the dirt, so they can chase, especially 0-2, because it's also psychological. So it's like the pitchers, the batter's anxious, he doesn't want to strike out. So work with that energy, work with that advantage.
So let's get to some good news, some better news, right? Some more uplifting type news rather than. Well, actually, let me just say this, and this is a little more uplifting. Yes, they did lose the series to the Royals, 2 games to 1, but they did bounce back yesterday and won the first game of the series against the Reds, and they're actually, in competition right now with the Reds. They're playing the Reds right now. But y'all don't have to check that out. Y'all can just keep on watching us, and we can update you on the score. And that's just a little bit more uplifting news. The MLB All-Star Game is coming up next Tuesday, and all the festivities start this weekend. I've been saying for the longest time that I want to get down there to the Fan Fest and get back in that cage, and get my revenge, get my get backs, and get my redemption. I think I faced Hideo Nomo. They may not have Hideo Nomo in there anymore. They might have somebody like Christopher Sanchez. They might have Wheeler. They may have what's my man out in Milwaukee that's probably going to win the Cy Young.
Oh,
Mitch
Mr. Jacob Mr.
Yeah,
Murkowski.
Bobrovsky or something like that.
Yeah.
Markowski, I think. Something I can't remember his name, but he's probably going to win the Cy Young if he continues on the trajectory that he's on right now. But he is already. I didn't put a note. He's not going to play in the All-Star game. He's pulled out. So that could mean that that could be a chance for Sanchez maybe to start. Maybe Skeens, but Skeens really, Skeens haven't really a Skeens year. So, we'll have to see. But 5 Philly, actually can make it 6 Phillies are going to the All-Star game. Surprisingly to me, from when I was showing the stats the last couple of weeks when I showed them, Stott was in second place and Bone was in second place, but neither one of those guys were voted to the All-Star game. Which was kind of surprised. Just kind of thought that they would get there, but they didn't. Anyway, the 6 Philly All-Stars are Jesus Luzardo, who Miguel is going to tell you about in just a second. Yohan Duran, the closer, Bryce Harper, Christopher Sanchez, Kyle Schwarber, and Brandon Marsh, who will be the lone starter playing for the Phillies, which is a surprise all in his own because I can remember us talking about, we don't know what can we trust Brandon Marsh? Can we, there was a time not too long ago, but he started to come along towards the end of last year. We noticed. And he kind of picked his game up this year, and he's playing very well. And it seems like maybe a few years later that the Phillies won that trade with the Angels, right? Jesus Luzardo was a late ad, Miguel, correct? Tell me a little bit more about that.
So he is replacing the Miami Marlins ace Max Meyer because it's the same reason why your guy Mizio is not playing on Tuesday because he's pitching on Sunday. Okay. So I think there's like there's Braxton Ashton and Riley O'Brien. They were also added because there's like 2 or 3 players that are going to be pitching on Sunday and wouldn't be available to pitch. So that's what he kind of lucked out in that. So he's replacing Max Meyer specifically on the roster.
Gotcha. Okay. And I want to say that Zack Wheeler is also scheduled to start on Sunday as well. So even if he was probably voted into the All-Star game or selected for the All-Star game, he probably would not have participated either.
Right. It says he will pitch the day before the All-Star break, but he wasn't named to the original roster.
To a roster, right. Which brings us to Zack Wheeler. 14 strikeouts on the 7th. Was that on? Not yesterday. That wasn't yesterday. When
today's the 8th. Yesterday's the 7th.
Oh, it's against the Reds. I'm sorry, I forgot to get the Reds. I'm thinking yesterday was the Sanchez Royals game because we were talking about it so much. I'm sorry. 14 strikeouts yesterday against the Cincinnati Reds in a 3-1 victory. Now, you feel like somebody like that should not be snubbed from the All-Star game. He's coming into form. I know he came up with a month after the season started. Mm-hmm. So, he had to, he actually kind of hit the ground running. I mean, he had a couple starts that were a little not Zack Wheelerish, and he kind of had to build back up his fastball, but he found it, and he's looking good, Miguel. He's looking real good. How does a guy like that get snubbed from the All-Star game?
The only thing I can think of is it could be because he missed that first month or 6 weeks, whatever it was. But when you compare his stats to a Paul Skeens who's having an off year, it definitely is a snub. So
and Skeens is in there, but the Skeens get in. The Skeens get in as a person in.
Yeah, he was already voted in before Zack Wheeler.
Oh, he was voted. Okay, he was already voted in. He's not. Mm-hmm. He's not a every team gets somebody, so let it be Paul Skeens. He's a.
Yeah, he was. I believe he was voted in.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that, but I mean, like teams like Colorado, Oakland, or not. I don't know who they are now. The Athletics.
The Sacramentos.
Do they really? Should they really have a representative in Oscar? That's the one thing that like I don't really agree with Major League Baseball. One of the things I don't agree with is that everybody gets a representative. But I only disagree with that when the Phillies have guys that are good enough to be in it. When the
But I
Phillies don't
mean,
have when the Phillies suck, when they stink, and I'm like, oh great, we get somebody in the All Star game. It's still kind of embarrassing. Like we stink, but this guy's in the All Star game. Like,
do you remember who the only All Star was in '96?
96
That was the last.
Was that Metallico's
Yeah,
year?
that was Ricky Metallico. He was the only Philly All Star.
Yeah, he was talking about that a couple weeks ago on the radio, and he said he went in there and he was like, the only thing I was focused on was not embarrassing anybody, like not embarrassing the team, not because it was in Philly. So he's like, he just wanted to not embarrass anybody, himself or
And
the
it
team.
and it's funny. So the first time the Phillies had an All-Star game was in 1976, 200 year of our country, 2026, 250th season or year of our country. And I think the Phillies had it was Larry Bowa, Mike Schmidt, Bob Boone, Steve Carlton, and Greg Luzinski were the All Stars. But they didn't have the most All Stars that year, believe it or not.
So on my Instagram, we have Jack said Trey Turner is their worst infielder. He said move him to the outfield. Um, I'm sorry guys over on my Instagram feed. They're active over there. Sorry about that, guy. Let me move this over here. I can't move it. Okay, let me try to see if I can move it over here so I can keep up with the chat over here. Sorry about that, guys, but keep it coming. Keep it coming. That's not what I wanted to do. All right. Sorry about that. Got confused. I got too many tabs open over here. Trying to do too many things at once. Yeah, getting that one person in. I mean, they've stopped the whole, American League, National League, never plays each other thing. They can stop the every team gets a representative. It's the only sport that does it. It's the only one. And for a while there, nobody wanted to watch the MLB All-Star game. After that tie, like they really had some issues, and it got bad, right? It got bad. It gets kind of hard to watch. It was at one time, maybe it's because I was younger. It was real exciting to watch these guys go at it, but it's not what it was, and fans kind of want that battle back. But I think guys just
But
like
could
the
it?
NBA, they're too friendly.
I still think it could be the overexposure thing, like because back when we were growing up, it was what we didn't see Barry Bonds unless it was like Monday Night Baseball or Wednesday Night Baseball or Sunday Night Baseball. But now with all the packages, you can see any team as often as you want. So it's like you kind of see them, you know. Although I do think the All Star game that ended in the home run derby, 2 years ago, the one in Atlanta where Schwarber walked it off for the National League.
Completely forgot about that.
And that actually got rave reviews. You know what I mean? And it spoke a lot to like when you saw like. So I was on a work trip in Las Vegas, and I saw it on this big jumbotron. And I remember hearing the crowd. I was like, "Damn, they're really into this!" Like everybody in the stadium was standing up, and it was like, I think it came down to Schwarber and a guy from Tampa Bay. His name escapes me right now, and it was really exciting. You know what I mean? To have it end, kind of like that, and not end in a tie, so to speak. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I also think that they should, for the All-Star game, because it's an exhibition game, they should allow people to sub back in.
You should what?
They should allow people to be able to sub back into the game. Like if it goes to extras and stuff like that, I think you should allow people to sub back in. Because I think one time they had to stop the game because they ran out of like arms or something like that.
Well, that
Not
was
that you
the
would put a pitcher back in the pitch, but
but that was the tie game because they
yeah,
ran out of arms. Yeah.
they ran out of arms. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you allow people to come back into a game, maybe some things can be different.
No,
Maybe they need some
also,
reserves for the All-Star game. I don't know. Like, like,
no.
like for real reserves. Like, if we run out of people, you're playing.
But baseball's also the well, no, hockey and basketball. They play the All Star game mid-season, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how. I don't know what. I mean, I don't think any All Star game in any sport. I mean, you saw what they eliminated the Pro Bowl game just about and turned it into whatever that crap is
Yeah,
the week before the Super
that
Bowl.
game stunk anyway.
Yeah, but it's like it's
Except for when Sean Taylor was laying people out.
oh when he lit up that
Ooh,
part.
man.
Yeah,
Sean
I
Taylor
don't.
brought the life to the game. Rest in peace, Sean Taylor.
But I don't know what you can do to liven up an All Star game. Other,
The players have to. The players have to want to liven it up. It's not really. It shouldn't be up to the league, right? The game is the game. People watch the game
right,
because of the game and the
right.
people that are in it. Like NBA shouldn't have to add special stuff. MLB, football, NFL, they should not have to add special things to make the game more appealing. It's a game that people should want to win, but really, it's more. Sports has become so business
Right.
that it's really about the brand, and nobody wants to tarnish
Just
them.
enjoy
Yeah,
and just enjoy the game and enjoy the fact that you're probably looking at least 10 to 15 few potential Hall of Famers, but
right.
some is just not enough.
Exactly. If you're watching us right now, we appreciate you watching us. Make sure you hit that like button. Of course, if you're watching us on the YouTube stream, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on wherever you are, just hit the like button and subscribe and whatever like that. Man, it really helps us out, and it helps us know that you are there. And and we appreciate you being there. So we definitely want to be able to acknowledge you. Moving on real quick. How did my notes jump like that? Let me get them back. Ranger Suárez, Phillies, former Phillies pitcher, he may miss the All-Star game due to injury. Now, that was part of like the Phillies' issue with him. It was like an injury will derail his second half of the season, or something will derail his second half of the season, and that for his sake, I hope that's not the case right now. But it's a shame we won't get to see him back at Citizens Bank Park at the All-Star game. It's just unfortunate for that. Any thoughts on that, Miguel?
No, this was like you said. We kind of talked about it. Like I wasn't that broke up when Ranger Suárez signed with Boston,
Mm.
but now that you see that, I think it was kind of a touchy situation because you didn't know how Wheeler was going to come back, and we didn't know if Aaron. Well, I knew Aaron Nola was still going to suck, but everybody else thought that he was going to somehow, in his like 8th year, all of a sudden he's going to be a different Aaron Nola, and he's still the same Aaron Nola. So,
All right. Bryce Harper may compete in the home run derby. Last time he competed in the home run derby, he won. His father was pitching to him, and that was when he was in DC. He also did not win a World Series in DC. Just had to throw that in there because he hasn't won one here yet. And when he came here, he said he was going to bring a World Series title to DC. And that's exactly what happened the first year he came here.
he is never going to live that down.
Never going to live that down.
Right.
Where DC won a world title the year that he came here and said he'd bring a world title to DC.
Now, one thing, because the other expectation would be that Kyle Schwarber would join, but he's stated that he's only going to compete if he has a sore lower back, which claimed him for a couple of games. So if it starts to calm down, then he'll join. But
if it starts to calm down, okay. Okay, right on, Kyle. We got you. Real quick announcement. Justin Verlander announced that 2026 will be his final season.
do you hear the crowd? Nobody cares.
I don't have the crickets on here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'll be here all
Um,
week.
the I kind of thought that he was. I don't know. I guess I just assumed he was retiring after the season anyway. Him and Scherzer, I thought were both going to be retired, but whatever. I sometimes make stuff up in my head. I don't know. Sometimes I make stuff up in my head and think it's real. I guess I don't know.
That's better than saying that you're a liar. Okay, got it.
Miguel, explain this one to me, please, or explain this to the people and me. I'm a person.
Okay.
Umpires have accepted buyouts. 7 of them. Not
Yes.
7 buyouts, but 7 umpires have accepted buyouts. What's that all about?
So before I go into the explanation, I'd like to play this 1-minute video montage of the 7 umpires that will be retired. Excuse me. That will be retiring at the end of the 2026 season. And here's why.
At bats, and that's strike 3. Story hopping there, but the Red Sox are out of challenges in any event. They do grab a couple. It's 4.
Oh, a called strike, and Meg just cannot believe his eyes.
Just couldn't gain weight. I don't know what was in it. Oh, man. In there, strike 3, but it was off the plate.
That is way off.
That is a called third strike. Michael thought it was a little low. And there.
Either way. Yep. All right, we'll get to the bottom of this. And it's 11-3, so Hearn strikes out.
Happening with the 0-2, and that's going to be in there, strike 3.
That one is not a strike.
To get to 50 wins.
Whoa. I think Alvarez is going to have a conversation with Andy Fletcher when he comes back.
We get the idea. The video was playing extremely slow. I don't know what that was all about, but the sound wasn't keeping up with it. But what you showed was basically a montage of umpires with some terrible strike 3 calls that we could tell they were terrible because of the box on the screen that represents the strike zone, or what supposed to be the strike zone. Now that has led to what, Miguel?
So it's led to the first umpire was CB Buckner, and the second was Laz Diaz, who are ranked. So I believe there's 91 umpires. They are literally ranked 90th and 91st out of all the umpires.
Somebody got to do it.
Right. So of course, umpires are unionized, so they have it worked out that rather than facing public embarrassment, and this happened with Angel Hernandez 2 or 3 years ago. So the 7 umpires informed Major League Baseball that they will retire at the season's conclusion, accepting a buyout offer from Major League Baseball. Now, the buyout offer isn't readily disclosed, so it's the assumption that it's an early retirement kind of thing. We're paying you to go home and to leave us alone with all your, older calls and stuff or refusal to, be accountable to the system. So ABS is doing its job. You know what I mean? So the umpires are CB Buckner, Laz Diaz, Brian Onora, Lance Barksdale, Marvin Hudson, Tony Randazzo, and Andy Fletcher. They've also waived, one thing would be that the wave of retirements could open the door for Jen Powell to become the first full-time female umpire in 2027, because right now she's actually part-time.
Are there already female umpires in the major league?
Yeah, Jen Powell, she's the first one
And she'll be full time.
She'll be full time next year. Yeah,
Gotcha.
especially with all the exoduses. So I put in the notes about the collective bargaining expiring on December 1st, which it was probably the reason why they accepted the buyouts.
Mm-hmm.
Because with the looming potential lockout, they don't want that uncertainty of not being able to be paid or not paid for games that they may or may not umpire. So they figure I'll take I think it's $250 or $300,000, and $250 to kind of go away, and that'll be that.
NCAA has approved the 5-for-5 rule. Now we do have somebody who wants to talk to us about that, but they're not on with us today. But do you want to explain what that is, Miguel? Do you want to talk about that real quick?
So the 5-for-5 rule approved by the NCAA, the key features of it are there are no more red shirts. So the traditional red shirt years and standard hardship/injury waivers for extended eligibility are officially eliminated, and it's a strict time limit. So all 5 seasons of competition must be completed within the 5-year window. There's only a special case for approved exemptions, so clock extensions and waivers are now strictly limited to specific life-altering circumstances like military service, religious missions, or maternity leave.
Now, had this rule been in place when I was participating in NCAA,
Did you say double ass leg? What'd you say?
I don't know what I said. I'm going to go back to the tape to figure that out. But when I was playing NCAA athletics, I think that's where I got all confused there. I would have gotten my last year of eligibility as opposed to having to be a player assistant coach or student assistant coach, I should say, in my last, because I lost my last year eligibility because it was only 4 years from the moment you walk on campus if you didn't, do the clearinghouse and all like that, which I didn't because I didn't expect to play any sports. Anyway. But now it's 5 years, so I get you got 5 years to get your 4 in. Technically, you got 5 to get your 4 in. So,
and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's either the clock starts on the last day of your senior year or when you turn 19, whichever is the earliest to. If I'm not mistaken, I might be saying that wrong, but.
So it may not start the day you step on. Because I know for me, my time started the day I stepped on campus.
Gotcha. So the rule is designed to clear up confusion and reduce litigation surrounding old redshirting and waiver process.
Mm-hmm.
So schools are provided some flexibility for athletes currently with remaining eligibility, while newer recruiting classes will immediately transition to the age-based model.
Gotcha. We have some high school athletes that are checking us out right now. So I want to, RDOT says age at enrollment or 19th birthday.
There you go. Yeah.
Gotcha. Miguel,
Sorry.
we have some high school athletes on that watch the show. USA Baseball has jointly announced new standards for high school bat weights. What's that all about?
So good old BB Core. So the USA Baseball and the National Federation of High School State Associations announced that the Rules Committee has voted to adopt newly named BB Core performance standards and expand permitted bat drop weights in high school to include the USA bat drop 4, drop 5, and drop 6. Because currently it's a drop 3. So the best way that I could explain it is the drop weight options at the high school level is they're trying to make it an even playing field to transition from high school to college, and they're also trying to they're claiming player safety. So the claiming player safety and also making it an easy transition from metal bats to wooden bats in the minor leagues when they're going from from college to the pros.
That's confusing to me.
It's confusing to me too. But
because they went from drop 5s to drop 3s.
right.
And they went away from the drop 5s because pitchers were getting obliterated
Right.
by balls coming right back at them.
Right. So the rules committee voting, this is from the president of USA Baseball. The rules committee voting expanded permitted drop weight options at the high school level is a significant step forward in keeping more athletes in baseball and supporting their long-term development. We have seen too many athletes entering high school struggle with the immediate jump to drop 3 and then walk away from the game completely. So this rule change creates flexibility for players to continue building strength, refine mechanics, and developing bat speed over time before making the jump to USA BB Corps. So,
Well, Ardot said they should say the drop 4 through drop 6 is available for JV competition. If you're developing, that's where you should be playing anyway. Keep varsity competition at drop 3. Yeah, because I mean the drop anything. They're lighter bats. Like the metal bats are lighter bats because they're not as solid all the way through. But you get to the drop 4, drop 5, drop 6, they're extremely lighter than the wood bats. Maybe I'm thinking about it wrong.
No, and you're not. But there was one argument that I heard that somebody actually loved the idea because they don't think that it's fair for a kid to not, if they can't, it's kind of a dumb argument. If they can't hold a bat that's heavy, then why not get a bat that is matching to their weight? So like a guy that's 6'4" is not going to have the same bat weight as a guy that's like 5'2". That was the argument. So they should have a lighter kid should have a lighter bat, a heavier. That was the argument. That was one of the arguments.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Right.
I'm disagreeing with the thought of that.
The addition to that example was they said it's like in hockey, you can't have a hockey team with every player has the same size sticks. You know what I mean? So
I was thinking like next thing they'll do is say that linebackers can't be bigger than running backs because it's unfair, or running backs can't be bigger than a line. Like when you're talking about competition at that level, it's fairness. There is no. I mean, not everything can be. You can't put in something to make the smaller athlete be able to be comparable to the bigger athlete, who the bigger athlete is probably okay.
But you're missing.
I'm wrong.
No. You're missing the point because even the president said it himself. It's because there's fewer baseball players. It's a money thing.
They're trying to get more.
You're getting more people in. You're trying to get you're pretty much solidifying the metal bat industry, the aluminum bat industry, because now those standards have to be met.
It feels similar to what's it called? When people reclass, it just feels like it feels similar to reclassifying to me. I mean, it's not the same thing, but it just feels like you're trying to gain an advantage over people that's better than you. And I know what you said. They're trying to bring more people in, but I agree with Ardot right here. If 3 ounces makes a bat too heavy for you, shouldn't be playing high school baseball.
1,000% agree.
And if you have athletes on your team in which that 3 ounces is too heavy for them, maybe you have to implement a weight training program that the kids should follow. I mean, you can only implement it whether the kids follow it or not.
Some kids just need to eat. Some kids come up as vegans. No, you need to eat red meat, bro. You need to eat dead animals stat.
Craziness. Some real quick mentions because Miguel got some videos and he's also stumping me today. So some real quick mentions. The Sixers trade for Jalen Brown. They traded, right before we came on air last week. They traded Paul George for Jalen Brown. That trade is now official. So the Celtics can't renege on that. Appreciate y'all.
But the caveat on that is we just found out today, and I think it was confirmed on both ends, is Jalen Brown is related to a former Eagle.
Yeah, that almost means nothing to me though. Like it's an interesting story, and here's what I'm going to tell you, Miguel. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You like to say the media blows things out of proportion. The media will blow that out of proportion.
Completely.
Right now.
If they haven't already.
Blow that out of proportion. The first time that there may be some type of issue or controversy with Jalen Brown, the media around here is going to say,
but it
AJ Brown.
The
same DNA.
It started. I heard it like not the cousin part, not that they were related, but I started to hear it maybe like day after the trade because they were all of a sudden I saw a report that said, well, the reason why the Celtics and Brown kind of went their separate ways is because Jalen Brown speaks up for himself, or he speaks about political things and he's this and that. I'm like, where the hell is that coming from? Why does it even matter? So to your point, it's already starting. So.
Well, we sent one up to New England, and New England sent one down to us.
Dun dun dun.
I feel like the Sixers fan base will actually like that about Jalen Brown. I do. I do
too.
I think the media will have a problem with it and try to have a problem with it to make a story. I think the fan base will love Jalen Brown, especially when he speaks out against certain things.
Up until they found out that how much of a recluse AJ Brown was, people were actually siding with AJ Brown about the whole dynamic of the Eagles. But then once they realized, oh wow, he's that's the reason why he was upset with, and then they all were like, "Hurts, we're sorry." You know what I mean? I'd never seen and this is my fan base. The Eagles, the Philadelphia is my fan base. I'd never seen such an about face on a player.
How about it?
In forever. I've never seen that before. Usually it's like, no, this is what he is until death do us part. But
people haven't even really turned on Donovan after they found out like he was kind of more of the to blame for the whole Donovan T.O. situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people were siding with T.O. anyway because they knew Eagles needed T.O. But yeah. So that leads us to some rumors that was going around here in Philadelphia and nationally. Could LeBron James be coming to Philadelphia?
Oh, boy.
I read this morning, very early in the morning actually, that he was seriously considering their pitch, which really means nothing. Honestly, when you're talking about LeBron's going to do what LeBron's going to do, and he's going to, make. It's going to be like, I won't say it's going to be dramatic, but it's going to be kind of drawn out. There's going to be little things that's put out there here and there to make you think this is happening. But
didn't he do that before he chose the Lakers? Didn't he allow the Sixers to pitch him or whatever?
From the stories I was hearing, there were a lot of teams that pitched him. The Knicks being one of them, Brooklyn being another one. But one of the stories that was happening around here was that he was. You all right over there, man?
Yeah, my dog is walking around.
He was actually looking for homes in Malvern, PA.
Right.
So that was like one of the big things. Now there was like, he's looking for homes again in Malvern. Who knows? We'll see. And here, I'm gonna. Last week I said I didn't want LeBron James in Philly. Not because I don't think he's a good basketball player, but I've had a week to think about it, Miguel, and I wouldn't mind. I'm not beating my drum for it, but I wouldn't mind LeBron James becoming a Sixer. I mean, he averaged 20 a game last year at 40 years old, whatever he is. He averaged 20 a game last year. He's not, and he probably needed to on that team. He wouldn't need to do that here. You got three guys that can fill it up with Jalen Brown, VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey. Notice I didn't put Embiid in there. You're not going to need LeBron James to give you 20, 25 a night. You might need him to give you 10, 15 a night, maybe. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind seeing him here being a good role model for VJ and Tyrese, showing them how he kind of prepares himself in the off season um, to be able to play 20 something years. To see Tyrese Maxey maybe be able to play 20 something years with the Sixers and be in shape the whole 20 years, that would be a great thing, I think. And VJ too. Um, maybe, just maybe, it might be a good thing for Embiid too. We'll have to see. But speaking about Embiid, he's been pretty quiet about the acquisition of Jalen Brown. Now, of course, it wasn't official until the other day, yesterday or the other day. But Embiid has never been one to just be quiet about goings on. When Ben Simmons was traded, there was a whole big thing because Embiid posted a picture of that guy in the suit. And the original picture of the guy in the suit was something, there was like a meme with it. There's like, I just came to make sure he was dead. Like it was like a funeral journal. I just came to make sure the guy was dead. So, Embiid is a troller. He's not afraid of the social media streets.
You by troller, do you mean just immature? Because troll, I'm sorry, you're a grown man playing a man's sport. There's no reason to troll anything on the interwebs, on the Instagrams.
You're right, but if you're having fun with it, I mean that's that world. I mean, I don't expect you as a coach to be trolling another coach that you may be playing against in a tournament. But I also wouldn't put it past you to do it either. I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't put it past you. I'm just saying. Does that mean that he may know something, that he's out of there? He's on his way out? And he's not excited about Jalen Brown being there because he ain't going to play with him? Jalen Brown was the one that came out and said, talking about Joel Embiid flopping after the Sixers beat the Celtics in the playoffs last year. Said he flops all the time. Is there some type of feelings about that? We don't know. We haven't heard, and I'll be interested in knowing. Go ahead, you're about to say something.
No, I thought I saw a video of Jalen Brown talking about how Embiid flops. So he called him a great player, and then he paused and he's like, yeah, but he also flops a lot.
He does.
So
he does. Let me get back to here. Daryl said, how about a quick mention of Roman Gabriel, former Eagles quarterback? I'm lost on this one. You got to tell me what happened with him. I know he died a couple years back, so I don't know. I don't know if there's something that we may have said that we didn't. We could have mentioned him on. R. says flippity flopper. I don't know if he's talking about Embiid or LeBron in that situation. I really don't know, but he could be talking about either one. Real quick mention: the U.S. was eliminated from the World Cup the other day against Belgium. Really, it was a terrible game by the U.S. if you ask me. Terrible game. I watched the game. They lost 4-1. They were down 1-0, tied the game up. And then Belgium came back and scored like maybe less than 2 minutes later, and never looked back. There's
a lot of controversy before that. The forward Folarin Balogun's one-match suspension was overturned.
Folarin Balogun, he got a red card in the game previous and was not supposed to play in yesterday's game or the other day's game.
But your president.
But the president of the United States put in a call to the FIFA president and said, hey, I think you need to review that. And then all of a sudden, Balogun is playing in the game. So they rescinded the red card. I guess it would be right to mention that didn't the president of the United States, the current president of the United States, received some type of an award from FIFA recently, like maybe
it was the
like the Medal of Honor for FIFA, something crazy.
they believe that he should have won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobel Peace Prize or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look at something real quick of that. So Daryl was telling us that Roman Gabriel passed away today. He passed away in 2024.
Yes.
April 20th, 2024 is when he passed away. So I hope that man can't, like, that might sometimes you get stuff and people say rest in peace to somebody and they passed away like 3, 4, 5 years ago. You're like, man, it was somebody that happened to somebody.
Jaworski.
Huh?
Somebody had posted a picture of Jaworski and it said rest in peace, and then
yes, I remember that. But I'm talking about somebody had posted something about somebody that passed away a while ago and said like rest in peace, and was like, wait a minute. Because people's like, oh man, rest in peace. Like, oh wait a minute, didn't he die like 12 years ago? Right. So, but yeah, rest in peace, Roman Gabriel. It's never too late to give you a rest in peace shout, right?
April 20th, 2024.
All right, I said Trump changing red cards to yellow, pardoning Diddy, and ending wars. Make America. Never mind. Never mind. And one quick mention about the Eagles. The Eagles offense is working out with Jalen Hurts. It's not something that we really saw last couple of years. We were seeing it before, but I mean, it was quite a few guys. I don't have the post prepared, unfortunately. That was my fault. But I know Dallas Goedert was down there. Who's our number one receiver right now? Smith. Devontae Smith was down there. Quite a few guys. They were down there working out, trying to get this offense worked out. And that's what I like to see. I like to see those guys, getting that work in, because camp starts in a couple weeks. So, they're going to be down there. They're going to be, working out. They're going to try to get everything going, try to get everything right for the upcoming season. So, looking forward to that. Now, Miguel,
sir,
you have some videos for us.
Yes, hopefully they'll play. All right, I'm gonna post this. So this was kind of it's nobody gets hurt.
Oh, man.
In this. Not in this. I got a couple more, but people will get hurt. But I just thought this was funny. A family there was a family visiting one of the World Cup sites in a hotel, and they didn't realize that you can actually do a search history on said TV in the hotel.
Ooh.
And it was Grandpa that was the last one using the TV. So I'll let the video speak for itself if it plays.
Stop this!
Come on, Papa.
Look at the panic in his face.
Come on, Pop. You couldn't calm that down for the trip, man. You couldn't wait till you got back home.
It's like I don't know what to do. I can't change the channel, but yeah.
Oh man! All right, you got another one for us?
So this one is to encourage those out there. If at first you fail, just try it.
Don't succeed.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
There you go. All right, we're a team. Here we go.
Oh,
ooh,
dude, you all right?
goodness. I guess I'll try again next year.
Yeah.
Next year he'll overflip and land on his back. Wow.
Of course.
He'll overflip and land on his back. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. So we've come to this portion of the show. Let me go ahead and turn the phones off. And let me back out of the chat so I don't see the answers because everybody always gets the answers before me. But we've come to the part of the show where Miguel stumps me, okay, or at least he attempts to stump me. And if you're new to the show, this is the part of the show where Miguel has, I guess you could say, randomly selected a player that has somehow, some way come through a Philadelphia sports franchise. He gives me the jersey number, a couple of accolades, if they have any, and I have to guess who the person is. Sometimes I get it. Sometimes I'm completely stumped. Last week I was completely stumped. Last week was last week. Who was last week? I don't even remember. Don't even worry.
Last week was Michael Bourne.
Michael Bourne. That's right. I'm mad I didn't get that one too. So real quick, let me get this last chat in real quick. There you go. The last chat, and then I'm going back out of the chat. He said, well, first time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. I'm talking about that video there. All right, I'm backed out of the chat, and here is the stuff.
Okay.
People on Instagram really be able to see this, but it's
okay. I'm going to give a stipulation here, okay?
Say this again.
I'm going to give you a little...
Back up off the mic. Back up from the mic a little bit. Hey.
Hello. Okay, I'm giving a little background here. He only played for 6 teams, but he played for 3 teams twice. That's why you have the numbers that look the teams are repetitive, but the numbers are different.
All right, so that first one could be the Dodgers or the Royals. Who's that first one?
It's the Royals, and he actually played for them twice, but he used the same number twice.
Okay. So we've got the Royals, the Marlins, the Orioles.
Yes.
Phillies, Nationals, and Mets. No.
The one team switched the Nationals out for the Cincinnati Reds.
Okay. All right. 2-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champion, and an All-Star MVP. I'll tell you what, that All-Star MVP does not help me because I don't know the last time I even watched an All-Star game. At least to the end, I would say. I haven't watched to the end. 2-time All-Star. Was he All-Star with the Phillies?
No.
Did he win the World Series with the Phillies?
No.
Okay. So that means, okay, give me the time frame of the career.
I would like to say very, 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 very early 2000s until about 2013, 14, 15.
Can you give me the position?
16, 17. Damn. Outfield. I'd say corner outfield and corner infield.
And did not win the World Series with the Phillies.
That is correct.
So he had to have won the World Series with the Marlins, right?
Correct. Both times. Okay, let me change the time frame because I just forgot. So I'll say 96 until about 2011.
96 to 2011. Okay. Dodgers, Marlins.
No.
Royals, Marlins, Orioles, Phillies, Reds, Mets.
Yes.
And oh jeez, I want to click on the chat so bad.
Do you want to know if the answer is already in the chat?
Nah, I don't need that. I'm not going over there.
Okay.
It was an All-Star MVP. Was your All-Star with the Marlins?
Yes.
Oh wait, so he won. Okay, so he was with the Marlins for both of their World Series.
Yes.
So he was, and he was on the Marlins and then came back to the Marlins. Like went away and then came back to the Marlins.
He started out with the Royals, was traded to the Marlins. Won with the Marlins. Went to Baltimore.
Beat Cleveland. That first Marlins team beat Cleveland in the World Series. Am I right?
Yes.
His second one beat the Yankees.
Correct.
Corner outfielder, corner
Infield.
infielder. Also played with the Phillies. Corner outfielder, corner infielder. Oh, man. All right. I don't think this is right, but I'm going to put this name out there just so I can put a name out there. Jeff Conine. Yo, that was a complete guess. I couldn't remember Conine played for the Phillies.
So, and it was a little tricky because he only played for the Phillies. He was a deadline trade, and he only played for that half season.
Wow. And I didn't realize he played for them played for the Marlins for both of those World Series.
Mm-hmm. So he started out with the Royals, then traded to the Royals. I think he was on that team from like 96 to like 99, then went to the Orioles for a few years.
Wow.
Actually, he went to
that one. Because they put the name out there and it's never right. But that's
I did not think you would get that one. I'm very impressed.
I'm surprised I got it myself. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out Jeff Conine. Damn, I don't remember him playing for the Phillies.
I actually don't remember it either, but then when I see pictures, he's like fist pounding Ryan Howard on a home run, and I was like, damn,
he played for the Phillies then? Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I feel good about myself. Feel good about myself with that one. All right, let me see what the chat was saying.
R. Dot had it because it was he said something about his teacher's favorite.
Let me see. His teacher's favorite player. Okay. All right. That's what's up. How does Jeff Conine become your favorite player?
Huh?
So how does Jeff Conine become your favorite player? That's interesting. I mean, maybe, there's many reasons why somebody can be a favorite player, but
I mean,
it just seems random.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like saying Marlon Byrd, that's my favorite player.
Right.
It's pretty random. All right, well, look, we're going to get up out of here. Miguel, you got any last words before we get up out of here?
Yes, but say yours first.
I don't have anything.
Come on.
I don't. I was hoping you had something I could think
of.
I
do. Hold on.
Okay.
Because I had a series of them. Okay. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Shut up. Trust the process, check the data, and if all else fails, just blame the officiating.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, and shout out to July 6th was the 30th anniversary of the birth of the NWO.
30 years ago?
30 years ago, July 6, 1996, Hulk Hogan betrayed the world and the New World Order was formed.
That, you know what? And I don't mean to like really get into it, but that was like a big deal. I remember that being a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like and I wasn't really even into wrestling at the time, but that kind of brought me back a little bit just to see what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I can remember like folks that wasn't even into wrestling, right? Like the older folks that wasn't even really into wrestling. I remember them saying, "Yo, you heard Hulk Hogan's a bad guy now?" Like, yeah, right, whatever. And then I saw, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa,
Yeah, it's like unheard of.
It's huge. That was huge. I remember that. I
Come
can
here.
remember that. All right. The birth of the NW 30 years ago, man. That's
30 freaking years ago. My dog's invading my space, so I'm trying to get her to come up. Come here.
What's up, Luna?
Come here. Come here.
Well, while he tries to get Luna to jump, and Luna, hey, there she is. What's up, Luna? What's up, Mama? Hey.
You want to say something? Say something.
Nope, she don't want to say Jack.
Okay.
Don't you
You see
dare
that?
kiss that dog in the mouth on camera. Looked at me like, don't tell him what to do. All right, look, we're going to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all hanging with us here on the Check Swing Podcast with myself and, of course, with the brains and brawn of the situation, my man, Coach Miguel Santa, who's down in
Baltimore.
We're going to get up out of here. We'll talk to you next week with the All-Star Game recap. Make sure you're there with us and make sure you share us with your friends and your family. And if you don't like what we did here, make sure you share us with your enemies and make them feel terrible. All right? We're going to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all. We'll talk to y'all next week here on the Check Swing Podcast, New Twist Radio.
You gotta go outside. Go. Come on. Go.
My bad. I couldn't find the damn. I was trying to find the Instagram thing to stop it, but I forgot I had put it on a different screen.
Oh. And I meant to tell you, I didn't hear like the dams and stuff.
Oh, no?
It was very, very, very low. So it sounded like it was coming from something else behind you. It was very low.
Real low? But last week it was okay?
Last week was perfect.
And the Baltimore one, that was
All of them was perfect, but today it sounds like it's being set, like a pillow was covering it.
I don't know why that would be. Because last week I did it from this thing too. I didn't do it from the iPad last week. So, sounded low.
I can hear it. It literally sounds like it's coming from behind your bar, and it's very, very.
Let me try this.
Same thing.
But you did hear it a little bit.
Yeah, but it just sounds like it's coming from some. It sounds like a TV in the background.
Oh, you know what? Ain't this about a? Oh no! Wait a minute, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. Damn it!
What happened?
So okay, I'm gonna have to make sure I check this before every show. So you wasn't hearing me from this microphone. You were hearing me from here.
Ah. I didn't hear it, but I definitely saw it.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect. No.
Baltimore, having big
Yes.
fun.
That's perfect.
Okay. There's still 4 people on that. I'm like, what the fuck? Are we live? Hold on. If you can see this. How do I get out of this damn Instagram thing without throwing out the video?
Oh, you have to let it just leave it open.
Yeah.
Did you end it? Did you end the live?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just let it I guess marinate or whatever. And then I usually come back to it like the next morning and then because I think it's compressing the video or whatever.
What was that? Damn, I'm so mad about that. I don't even know why this thing changes. Maybe because I got that zoom up too. Maybe that's why. Either output VB. You're home tomorrow, right?
Yes. And then I'm taking Friday off because I got to drive to West Virginia.
Oh, is that this weekend?
Yeah, we're playing in Bridgeport, Maryland. I'm sorry, Bridgeport, West Virginia. So it's like 3.5, 4 hours. Apparently it's a complex, but it's weird. So they have 4 grass and turf baseball fields. But then they added a turf field, but on each it's really like soccer, but they added a diamond on all 4 corners so you can have 4 games going on simultaneously.
On the same field, basically?
On the same field. It's the dumbest money grab I ever seen. So the way it's 13 teams. The first 4 teams get a bye, but every team is in the playoffs. So if you're not the first 4 teams,
I'm sorry, first 4 teams, it's a round robin and then there's playoffs.
right?
Okay, I was thinking it's a straight tournament. Okay, I got you. Okay,
Right. But everybody makes the playoffs.
Mhm.
But in order for you to win, even if you get the first round bye, you still have to win 3 games on the same day.
And we're familiar with that.
Yeah, but if you're not, then you have to win 5.
5?
Stupid. It's fucking stupid and irresponsible.
That's crazy.
So if we're the last team on the bracket, we have to play at 8, 12, 2 and 4, and then the championship is at 7.
That's crazy. Oh, the Phillies getting their ass kicked.
That's not good.
11-4.
That is definitely. It was good while it lasted, right?
Yeah, really. Have they going on spring break already? I mean, spring break. Have they going on All-Star break already?
Could very well be, my friend.
Tomorrow. Christian headed to Atlanta tomorrow night.
Oh, really?
Family reunion.
Oh, okay.
So she won't be able to go to the All-Star, the Fan Fest with me.
What days are you going? What day are you going?
So I was probably going to go Sunday, but I was probably going to go Sunday because I was supposed to play golf Saturday, but we're not playing anymore. So I might go. I don't know. I might go Saturday or Sunday. It starts the 11th. Opens on the 11th.
Where were y'all playing at?
Mm.
Where were y'all playing golf at?
Some place in Delaware. Is some homies of mine that I played with in Berlin, Maryland. They're all from Maryland, that Eastern area. One will be coming from Waldorf though. But
Oh wow.
we were going to play at this course called Garrison's Lake in Delaware, which is I've never played there. Ryan actually gave me that suggestion. I was trying to find something that is not something that is okay for people that without experience. Because I know one guy that he's taking some lessons. He actually, my man Jamal, he doesn't play, but he's taking lessons,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually wasn't bad. And I think he wasn't bad because he doesn't know enough to be bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, when people give you all these tips and stuff, you're like, okay, I gotta do this, and then you fuck everything up. I think for him, it's just like he just doesn't know enough to fuck shit up like somebody like I would. You know what I mean? But there was another guy with us that he played. His name is also Justin. The last time he played was when we all got together when Jamal was getting married. We played the day before he got married.
Nice.
And that was 15 years ago. So he hadn't played in 15 years.
Damn.
And the funny thing about that was, and I didn't think about it till later, that you know, the inexperience, right?
Mm-hmm.
He joined us on like, let's say it was the 10th hole or something like that. We were out in the middle of the fairway, and he put a tee down to put his ball and tee in the fairway.
Mm-hmm.
Man's like, what are you doing? He was like, man, don't worry about what I'm doing about it. But he never, he just like had a brain lapse or something because he didn't try to do it again. So it was just a funny moment.
Try to play it off.
Yeah, basically try to play it off. So, man. Oh, today's trash night. Fucking shit.
You and that trash night. That's gonna be the W.
And it's not even like, yo, this is probably the easiest. Damn. Okay, Sam Cooke's granddaughters. It's probably like the easiest trash put out that I've ever had in my entire life. I mean, like when I lived in Yaden, of course, I had to take the trash cans from the back of the house all the way to the front. So, you know, that wasn't that bad, but, you know, it's whatever. When I lived in Drexel Hill, I just had to bring the shit downstairs because I was on the second floor. I had to bring the shit downstairs, put in the trash. When I lived in Delaware, yeah, same shit. And when I lived in Delaware, second floor. When I lived in West Philly, where was our trash can in West Philly? Oh, we had it on the porch. So we would, you know, I just had to take it from the porch and take it down. I just take the bag out, take it down. But here, all I got to do is take it from the garage, cross the driveway to the curb. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really nothing for me to complain about. I just don't feel like I get comfortable down here. I don't want to.
I know what you mean.
Like getting up.
I know what you mean. Well, go ahead and do your thing.
All right, brother. I will listen to you.
All right, man.
I'll try to get some. If there's, I need your help. You do enough though. But if there's any part of the show, like if you ever like go back, and I don't know if you go back and watch the show, I do sometimes. If there's any part that you feel like I should like clip and put on like social media just to kind of promote the show or whatever, a funny moment, a clever moment, excuse me, whatever the case may be, please let me know. Like, give me the time code or something. I'll cut it and put it on. Because one of the reasons I did Instagram today was so I can have, and hopefully it works, so I can have a vertical recording.
Yeah.
Because I thought I would have one last week because I had both things up, but I wasn't broadcasting anything vertically.
Gotcha.
So
I'm just glad you were able to get the live going, because that's what I was trying to do for like fucking forever, and then they said, "Oh no, you can't do it anymore." And I'm like, "When the fuck did this law happen?"
Yeah, they
came out of nowhere.
I hate when they do stuff like that. And then next thing you know, they're gonna be like, "Well, you need to have 10,000 followers."
Right. Don't make no damn sense.
Oh man! All right, let me get upstairs.
I mean,
I'll holler at you. I'll get at you tomorrow. I might try to see you trying to play a game.
I'll be ready.
All right, man.
All right.